everybody, and welcome back to the Genies Career Hub podcast. I'm your host, Orla Smith, and today we're exploring a topic that is transforming the world of work once again, the gig economy in 2026. We'll be looking at what has changed, the opportunities emerging, and how both workers and employees are adapting to this new landscape. I'm joined today by three brilliant voices from the Genies team. Our esteemed Claire Belmont, our holistic wellness and career coaching expert, Prince, our digital strategist and business development lead, and Zohaib, also known as Zach, our marketing and growth lead. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourselves, guys? And then we'll settle in and discuss the gig economy.
Sure, I'm Claire Belmont. I'm a holistic coach. I've been with Genies since inception, and I'm all about integrating the human and holistic coaching aspect with the AI and the data and how we can optimize that together in the best way. And looking forward to digging in today.
Awesome, Claire. Prince, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you, Claire. Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Prince from the Philippines, though I'm not sure why my parents named me Prince. It should be Princess, right? Because I'm a woman after all. Yeah. And yeah, speaking of which, in the Philippines, there are a lot of VAs. It's kind of like a dream job for everyone in there. And I'm so glad that I have that dream job. And I have the very beautiful, energetic client, Arla. Yeah, and that is my role, helping clients grow their business as a business development director. And I love pets. Yeah, that's it for me, guys.
Awesome. Zach, over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Orla. It's great to be here. My name is Zohaib Ahmad, also known as Zach, and I am a digital marketer, strategist, and growth lead at Genies Career Hub. Over the past few years, I have worked across different retail environments, from startups to international teams, helping brands grow their audiences and online presence and generate opportunities through strategic marketing. Because of that, I have also seen firsthand how the gig economy is changing the way people build careers, with more professionals now using digital platforms, personal branding, and create new income streams. So I am really looking forward to discuss how these trends are shaping in gig economy in 2026.
Awesome. So let's look at the human impact, guys, the well-being and the sustainability. So question to Claire. Claire, you work closely with clients on well-being, confidence, and career clarity. What are you seeing in terms of the emotional and human impact on the gig work in 2026?
Yeah, this is a really big one for me, and it does form a huge part of my work, because people want efficiency and they want freedom, and that's great. AI is an amazing companion for that. At the same time, the tech industry, with this new layer, is moving quicker than it's ever moved. And so FOMO, fear of missing out, and pressure, and shiny thing syndrome is more of a thing than ever. So on the one hand, I'm seeing now people actually chasing the freedom, chasing the tools, trying the new shiny thing, feeling under pressure because of it, and therefore bypassing that emotional intelligence, bypassing the creativity. So this is where I feel like, obviously I'm biased, but that holistic coaching is such an important aspect to combine in with this for career growth, because the holistic coaching absolutely works with the human in terms of your time management, your burnout risks, the importance of setting your boundaries, giving yourself a safe routine that you feel stable in, and you're stable. I've got my center now I feel good. I can give the prompt, the relevant prompt, to the one AI agent or whatever we settled on, and commit to that. So people are seeking this level of efficiency, but in some ways they're not getting it because they're chasing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and not actually finishing the one thing. Absolutely. And that's what's big in my world, is people want to multitask, the age of efficiency, and it's leading to burnout even more if they're not careful around their routines and self-management. Really, it's self-regulation and emotional intelligence. That's what I work with a lot. So I think that's a really important thing to bring into the balance.
It's very true. I mean, I'm seeing that with some of the people I'm coaching now as well. You know, senior leaders that just don't have any time at all. They're just on all the time. And it's just like, when's the off? And then they don't know how to switch off. They're just,
well, they can't because they're on overdrive. Their nervous system is already on standby, and they're trying to optimize the result before they've even stepped into the room often.
No, this is true. And including myself, I'd actually even say I'm in that loop, trying to manage so many different things, wearing so many different hats.
Yeah.
I'm doing grants one day, I'm doing coaching the next, I'm back on the, you know, on the platform the following day, talking to these illustrious two here to try and, you know, help us grow and build. And it's just a never-ending cycle. And then just trying to take care of yourself, you know, becomes a job in its own right.
Absolutely. And that's got to be number one, because you're the one programming the agent. So you need to be on top, on form, so that then you can give the prompt, because otherwise we're giving mediocre stuff to a machine that's then amplifying that, not achieving results.
Exactly. This is it. So that's why next week, guys, I'm having a break. No podcast next week. I'm scheduling a break, and also to have an operation. So there is that too. Okay, Prince, let's dive into your question then. So from your perspective on the digital and system side, what do you think is driving this renewed surge in gig work in 2026?
Well, from my perspective, I think the renewed surge in gig work in 2026 is being driven by a mix of technology. As we know, we all have AI nowadays, economics, stronger remote infrastructure, and the push for freedom, but also a shift in mindset, as what Claire said, emotional intelligence. So first, as mentioned, AI has made independence scalable. One person with the right tools and workflows can now deliver at the level of a small team. So we do have the gap between solo and agency has shrunk, not because standards dropped, but because systems got smarter. And I know a lot of gig workers nowadays are scared AI may take their jobs. Honestly, even I myself, I had that moment of panic, like, oh no, what if I lose my job? What if Arla replace me? But the truth is, AI won't replace humans. It will replace humans who don't learn how to use it.
Absolutely, Prince. That's so
exactly, because if we see to it, AI on its own cannot create real value without prompt, without someone who knows how to direct it, refine it, and turn it into results. AI is nothing. So the person who works on that is unstoppable, not the AI itself. And then second, as mentioned, companies are reducing fixed payroll cost. Businesses, as we all know, want to stay lean and adaptable. Instead of hiring full-time for everything, they're choosing someone who can do the job flexibly, like flexible specialists and contractors, so they can scale up or down fast without long-term commitment, without long-term risk. And then the third one would be the global remote contracting. It's kind of like a new normal nowadays. The infrastructure is there, payments, project tools, communications, SOPs. So hiring across borders feels like a routine now. Like a lot of people in the UK or in Australia or anywhere in the world are hiring someone from a different countries. Location matters less than reliability, speed, and results, because that's what everyone is aiming for. Yeah, and maybe lastly, there's the people factor. More people want autonomy. You could be a business owner, or even I myself as a service provider. We all want autonomy and freedom. Of course, we want flexible income. We want something that we can control over our time, financial security that doesn't rely on a single job or a single employer only. So gig work nowadays becomes like a lifestyle choice, not just a backup plan. So this year, I would say that 2026 is not rewarding the busiest people. it is rewarding the people who has the clearest offer, clear system, clear
Mhm.
communication.
Yeah.
Because when work becomes global and fast, the most valuable skill isn't doing more, as what Claire said, isn't about multitasking. It's building a repeatable system that consistently deliver results. So
Yeah.
that's for my perspective, Orla.
Yeah, well said, Prince. I'm all over that. Resonate with all of what you've said there. That autonomy, the freedom, the controlling the AI, not allowing the AI to kind of, control you, as it were, or not give you the opportunities that you should have, because at the end of the day, it's not going to replace us humans. It's those that use the AI to the best, learn it,
Mm,
understand
mm.
it, and maximize the potential of it, will be the ones that succeed, I believe, anyway. Claire, you any other thoughts on
Exactly.
what Prince has said, and then we'll move over to Zach?
Yeah, I totally get it. I agree basically with everything. It is a lifestyle choice, and it's people now. If the human can tap into our initiative and use our initiative, we're creating roles for ourselves. We're creating, we can approach businesses that we may want to work with. It's freeing us up so much if we allow it, if we don't become a victim to it controlling us, as it were. But that, again, it's, as you say, Prince, it's about the mindset of the person. So this is what we need to work with as well. So yeah, I love it, Prince. Nice.
Thanks, Prince. Zach, do you have any comments on that particular topic, or do you want to roll over to your question?
I am totally agree what Prince said. Same thoughts on Prince perspective.
Good. Right. Let's roll over to your question then, shall we? So the question that we have for you is, you're deep in the marketing and the outreach world. How has the gig economy changed the way people need to show up online in 2026?
Yeah, that's a really important question because the way people build careers online has changed massively. In 2026, the visibility is everything. In the past, freelancer relied mostly on jobs, platforms, or agencies to find work. But now clients are increasingly discovering people through platforms like LinkedIn, niche communities, and even personal content. So personal branding has become absolutely essential. If you are working in a gig economy, you need to clearly communicate who you are, what you do, and the problems you solve. Another big shift we are seeing in the rise of short form content. Uh, People are sharing quick insights, tips, and experience online, which helps them build credibility and trust with potential clients. And of course, AI tools are now helping freelancers scale this even faster. From content creation to outreach and audience analysis, freelancers can build visibility so much more efficiently than before. So overall, the gig economy in 2026 really rewards people who are visible, consistent, and intentional about how they show up online.
No, very, very true. Claire, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think the online presence and personal branding is really important, and I think a lot of people get hung up on again, it's the pressure that we put on ourselves as people and as professionals, because people do get hung up on creating a personal brand, when actually it's about showing up authentically and showing up consistently. I always say, one platform, do it really well. Two platforms, maybe do it really well. Commit to that, and then build if then you want to spill over onto other platforms. But generally, it is about that. And now I also think that the online presence is falling much more into a category of building a community as opposed to audience prospecting. There's different language around it now. So yeah, I really appreciate that take on it. It's it's a big one, the online presence and personal branding.
Prince, do you want to add anything on Zach's question? Do you want to contribute there? Think your mic's off, Prince.
Okay, sorry. How about now? And
You're on.
well, I totally agree with what Zach said. Nowadays, we do have more like freedom to reach out to everyone. Like we do have a lot of platforms where we can reach out to different clients. Compared to before, we rely
Mhm.
solely on agencies. So yeah, that's really true. But it isn't really about being a jack of all trade. It's about getting one specific niche and be an expert to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
No,
Yeah,
that's
because we
very
cannot
true.
really do multitasking
I
all the
definitely
time.
can't do multitasking, that's for sure. As you've seen from this morning's prep to this podcast. Um, but in terms of key trends then in 2026 in the gig economy, I think we're seeing major shifts this year, including growth of fractional leadership roles, AI-assisted freelancing becoming mainstream, more people building portfolio type careers, companies hiring globally rather than locally. I think we touched upon that, Prince, and in your discussion point. A rise in the micro entrepreneurship. And I think this is what I'm seeing, you know, from what I'm reading and ingesting and hearing about. Then increased demand for these specialist skills. And it's a very different landscape. I think, Claire, you touched on this from even 2 years ago. Like you mentioned about the language around it. You know, I think things are definitely changing. And they are becoming more community based, and I think people are working in different niches. And I think I heard something about these pods, you know, these groups of experts with these talents, skills, and the companies are hiring people that have worked together as a team, which is incredible. You know, this is something that I've read about quite recently. So what do each of you see as the biggest opportunities and then the biggest risk for workers entering the gig economy this year? What's your take? Claire, do you want to start?
Sorry, I've got dogs barking. I don't know if you can hear that.
I missed that, Claire? Are you all right? Oh, some sparkling water. I've got some here as well.
I've got dogs barking.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said you had sparkling.
Someone decided, the postman came. Anyway, let's not go there. They finished now. The question, what was the question? Sorry, Ollie.
Forgotten. What do each of you see as the biggest opportunity and the biggest risk for workers entering the gig economy this year?
I mean, it's lifestyle. Certainly what I'm in it for is the lifestyle with the freedom and the flexibility, being able to speak to people all over the world. And there's also higher earning potential and possibility here as well, because really we can decide how we want to work these contracts. You know, we're pretty much forming our own contracts and agreements out here with other cool people doing other cool stuff. And I'm seeing a lot of commission-based roles or investment roles, very, very simple. And I think there's so much opportunity around that. That said, with great freedom also comes instability. And how do I manage my day? How do I manage my time? How do I manage multiple clients? If I have previously had the kind of career where I've had a job, now it's very different if I'm having to manage all aspects. So I've got to manage marketing aspects, client aspects, accounting. There's so much more to this kind of role than a traditional role. So this is where I think there is risk because of the lack of structure, perhaps. But with the right support in these pods and in these teams and with the coaching, that we can stabilize that to then build the confidence to create these brilliant contracts. So both is true. I think there are huge risks, huge opportunities with every aspect of our career, right? Always. But I think it's diversified. Certainly the risk is diversified by having this opportunity to diversify our portfolios, if you like. If we're doing a bit of a fraction here and a fraction there and 3 hours a month for them, then if I lose one, well, it's not great, but it's not the only one, you know.
Absolutely. No, that is very, very true. And I resonate with everything that you've said there, because, you know, running a small business myself, trying to grow it into hopefully what we can try and create with this is a minefield. And the accounting alone is a nightmare, particularly of yours. scatty and unorganized as me, and you leave everything till the last minute, and you're filing it like on the 31st of December, the day it's supposed to be in. It's crazy. It's crazy. Prince, what's your perspective on this?
Yeah, well, Claire, that was on point. That was on point, lifestyle itself. But I'd say, aside from lifestyle, I'd say the biggest opportunity in the gig economy this year is we have the freedom to reach anyone we want. So we are not limited to what's available locally anymore. Because as mentioned earlier, here in the Philippines, it's really difficult to find a job locally, especially in the government sector. I believe in the UK as well. That's why we're helping people in the UK find a job. And nowadays, we can work with global clients, just like what we're doing now. Choose projects that fit your strengths. And if you build a strong skill set and a good reputation, your earning potential can actually climb faster than in a traditional role. The flexibility is real, but the global market is the real unlock. That's the biggest opportunity in 2026. And as for the risk, I would say it's the flip side of that freedom. Instability without structure. Income in this kind of industry is inconsistent. Competition is everywhere. And if you don't create your own system, as mentioned, if you don't know how to use AI, which is really relevant right now, you will be stuck in the back end. So if you don't create if we don't create our own systems like budgeting, routines, boundaries, and pipelines for clients, it can start to feel chaotic really quickly. So my take is the opportunity is flexibility and global access. The risk is treating it like a side hustle instead of a business. So to conclude, the people who win are the ones who build structure around their freedom. So that's my
very, very well said, Prince. Really well said.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Zach, over to you. What's your take on this?
I am totally agree with the Prince, what she's
With
saying.
the Prince, I love it.
From my perspective, I think the biggest opportunity is global access. Today, someone can be based anywhere and still work with companies across different countries. Technology and remote work has completely removed many of the barriers that existed before. This also allows people to find portfolio careers, working with multiple clients, exploring different projects, and sometimes even creating several income streams at the same time. But the biggest challenge or risk is definitely stability. Freelancers often have to manage unpredictable income, client acquisition, and the pressure of consistently finding new opportunities. And if someone doesn't have a clear strategy, it can become overwhelming very quickly. So the people who succeed in the gig economy are usually those who treat it like a business. They build a strong network, invest in their personal brand, and create systems that help them manage their work and client more effectively.
No, that's really, really good. Yeah, at some point. Okay, question to Claire. Advice for listeners. What advice would you give someone who wants to transition into the gig work but feels unsure or overwhelmed?
Which a lot of people do, and I see people. It was my journey leaving corporate and going into freelancing. Like back in the day, this was nearly 15 years ago, when freelancing and remote work was kind of just can we really do that? Can we? And so I've learned the long and hard way, but now I do see it, that it's really important to audit where I'm at now, where you're at now. Audit what your assets are, what your skills are, what your values are, and what your mission is. Like, so going back to the personal branding again, coming back to the heart of that is knowing what you're in it for. What do you want? What's your purpose? What's your North Star?
Yeah.
Now that's set, I feel good about that. Let's move forward and create sustainable routines, so that, because it's really hard to manage your time, like when you're juggling around with this. And so I'm all about optimizing Google could be, I mean, there are many, obviously, we've talked about Marbleism today and Copilot and all of these other tools, but if we can find a tool or a suite of tools or our own stack that works for us, and sticking with that and creating a sustainable routine around that, a daily routine, you know, like strong practices so that I'm feeling good and healthy. We need to treat ourselves the way, you know, we need to treat ourselves really, really well so that we are feeling good, healthy, happy, joyful, enthusiastic, optimistic, not 24/7, of course, we are still human, but having that level of confidence first and foremost, knowing what I've got on my plate right now and what I want to carry forward. That's the biggest piece of advice that I would give, really, is being sure on yourself first. Have your safety anchor rooted, grounded first before because otherwise it gets very fragmented and scattered. Overwhelm hits, multitasking, all the things, burnout. So it's the sustainable routine and time management and emotional intelligence. So having that self-regulation practice every day. So having a good daily routine for me is really essential.
No, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more, Claire. You know, it's fundamentally important that sometimes we don't treat ourselves as well as we even treat our own clients. We give them more time than we give ourselves. So it is important to have that good, healthy routine and healthy habits, and you know, keep everything aligned and be healthy and happy and do what you want to do.
And to have the support to do that, these cohorts, like I would be lost without my coaches and my supervision and teams like this. And so it's really important to have a very stable inner circle as well, I would say. And coaches, it's gold for me. I mean, again, like I say, I'm biased, but the coaching industry with a good coach is a game changer for this, for your confidence and mindset to be able to move forward and actually move forward on the things that matter, rather than just talk about it or think about it, or maybe one day we're past that now, we're actually taking action. So
yeah, and I think we've said it on many podcasts we've been on together as well, Claire, in the past. You know, like holding that space for people, holding it for yourself too, you know. You're not just giving out the advice and the support and being the best coach to somebody else or the best cheerleader, but ultimately, you know, trying to find that for yourself too.
Absolutely.
I think we do have difficulty, you know, I do anyway.
Well, we got to lead by example, haven't we? That is what leadership is. It's demonstrating excellent behavior. And as I say, it's not all day, every day that we're excellent humans. We make mistakes, we do things, but at the end of the day, when we're coming from a good intention and we're demonstrating good behavior and good habits and feeling good, then people come because they're kind of like, oh, what's she doing over there then? She looks good, that looks fun, I want to go and play in her garden. So as long as we're maintaining that garden and inviting people in, for me, that's the direction of it. We don't need to go running around in everybody else's gardens looking for the stuff. We can grow our own, you know.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. Love that, Claire. As always, pearls of wisdom all of the time on every podcast we do together. It's just,
thank you.
You know, I just feel we grow everyone we do. I think it's maybe confidence. We're getting more confident in this community and what we are in it for, you know, as well.
And this is what it's about as well, is that shared vision, is having a shared vision, coming together on it and working out together, navigating it together, being curious together. And in this economy and in this gig economy, like, we can't do it alone. We are doing it alone, but also true, we need each other to support us through it.
I would add that one of the most important things for anyone entering this gig economy is building visibility, early visibility. Start sharing your knowledge, your work and your insights online. Platforms like LinkedIn are incredibly powerful for connecting with potential clients and building credibility in your field. Also, don't wait until everything is perfect. Start small, experiment and learn as you go. The freelancers who grow the fastest are usually the ones who consistently show up, build relationships and stay open to new opportunities.
Yeah, great.
Exactly.
Love
Yeah, I
this.
couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And I really love Claire's energy, the way she says something with her
Great.
body language.
A dance. There's always a dance going on when I get enthusiastic.
We could do that for the next one, should we? We should do a little
Yes,
kind
a
of
dance.
yeah.
Let's do that.
I love it, guys. Honestly, this has been incredible. Really, this has been one of the best. Even though I don't feel the best at the moment, I think this has probably been one of the best podcasts we've ever had. To be fair, I've really enjoyed it, and I just feel we keep coming back to AI, don't we? Yeah, we've done this, well, a couple of other podcasts on AI, but we seem to be coming back to that. Every time it's coming back to that, to that AI. It just shows how, I don't know, explosive and how quickly it's just taken over. Really, I mean, 2 years ago we didn't have this kind of. I don't think, did any of us expect it to explode like this 2 years ago?
No, in fact, even 2 years ago, I was almost still in the kind of, I don't want to get not too much screen time, not too much tech, not too many new tools to distract me.
Shiny things.
Yeah, and but it's absolutely exploding at a rate of knots that we could never keep up with. Maybe we're seeing some kind of breaking of the FOMO because people are realizing they cannot possibly keep up. So what do I need to do? Because I can't keep up. So what am I going to do? And this is about that human sovereignty again. I'm going to take ownership of how I'm going to run this thing. And it does keep coming back to AI because it's part of our makeup now. Like
it really is.
And I was a little bit anti, as you know, like in the outset, I was the very cautious one even coming into Genies. I'm like, love what you're doing here, guys, but let's remember the human empathy business. And so that is what's happening, is the marriage between that. And that's what excites me.
That is true.
Because it amplifies how good we are. So all these brilliant humans out here. Love it.
Oh, honest to God, that was great, guys. Loved it. Thank you.